Hello, I'm Jeremy, and hopefully I've met many of you in the context of contextual studies, where I've been lecturing in this lecture theatre. I want to talk about what is a lecture, because I think a lot of you may think that a lecture is people like me and my colleagues just haranguing you, just kind of shouting at you. So just have a look at this lectern for the moment over here, this podium from which I lecture. You probably think it's all about power, and it's this that gives authority. But believe me, a lecture doesn't work unless all of you who are participating in the lecture are genuinely challenging the things that are said. And quite often the things that are said are quite complex. And so the question might be, I might have said something in the lecture. Did I mean it that way? Did you interpret it that way when I said it? I mean, here's a book called In Praise of Slow. And I may in a lecture have referred to the power of the slow movement and the way it grew in Italy. But do you think I'm saying everyone in this lecture theatre should slow down their lives? Or indeed how they should slow down their lives? What I'm doing is making a point that in the 21st century an idea has come which you might think is from the past, which says maybe everything doesn't go as fast as we might have been led to believe. But you've got to challenge that idea yourself. And the best way you challenge it, of course, is hopefully by not simply listening passively, but by interacting, by questioning, by saying, did you really mean that? Also, sometimes book titles can be very confusing in the way that lecture titles can. Look here, here's a book called Being Digital by Nicholas Negroponte. Now, I'm not expecting you to have read this book, but I want you to think about this book because this college's mission is about the power, enablement that digital technology gives to our artistic and design creativity. So if you decide to have a flip through a book like this, you must go not simply, oh, being digital, that sounds interesting. You have to think, what is it? Is it talking about me? What does it being digital actually mean? If you went, oh, I guess this person must be important because they've written a book. Hey, let's turn. Hey, yes, you see, Nicholas Negroponte, he looks pretty important, so I must believe everything he says. I'm sorry, that's not what we're encouraging you to do at Ravensbourne. Yes, we do want you to look at places from which ideas come, but we always want you to say, he or she said that. Did they actually mean that? Did I really understand? And that's not just books, by the way. It's not just the lecture theatre, by the way. It's everything you do. Every website you go to, every online source, you need to challenge just in the way that hopefully you will in this lecture theatre and in other spaces in Ravensbourne, in seminars and in tutorials. Challenge the tutors, question the tutors. Don't agree with the things that people say just because they look confident. You're here to question us, and you're here in that process of questioning to find out how clever our collective thinking is. Thank you.